Sufiri, they do amo. Sufiri, they do amo. If you guys know that song, just drop in the comment section. Indomie generation cannot relate. Gen Z cannot relate. From 80s and above, I'm sure you guys can relate to that song. If you know, you drop in the comment section. Anyways, guys, about a month ago, popular Nigerian gospel singer Mercy CHINWO got married to the love of her life, Pastor Blessed. It was a very elaborate wedding, and tons of guests from all over the world gathered to celebrate with her, including celebrity couple Banky W and Yul Edochie. The grand ceremony took place at her hometown in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, and guys, trust Nduwa, what people came out to criticize the wedding. Like, why all this show off? Why all this flamboyancy? Is she not supposed to be a Christian girl? Is she not supposed to emulate the humility of Christ? You know, a lot of people took swipes at her and criticized the wedding. That was very unchristian. The show off was too much and it was too worldly. Let us know what you think about that particular thoughts of that wedding in the comment section, okay? But in today's video, we're not talking about the wedding. I'm talking about something else. So after the wedding, a lot of people expected that, okay, they'll retire back to quiet life, take a break off social media, you know, just go back home, get to know each other, enough of the charade, you know, just basically settle down. But they were in for a very big surprise, because after that wedding, it's been one post after the other. And the timelines have been filled with, you know, my heart, my king, my sweetheart, my darling, the love of my life, my angel. You understand those kind of things now. Bobo Tigbo that comes from new couples. That's what has been filling our timelines since this beautiful duo tied the knot. So about 3 weeks after the wedding, Mercy CHINWO took to social media to announce that her husband had gotten her a car. Guys, it's no ordinary car. It's a freaking Toyota Land Cruiser, looking so neat and sweet, impeccable. And she went on social media to make the big announcement, gushing over him. And what people came again, they were like, Tonto DK, is that you? Tonto DK, is that you? Remember that when Tonto DK was dating her former husband, Olakunle Churchill, she claimed that all the gifts that she was posting on social media that her husband bought for her, she bought it by herself. But you know, just to pepper the space, the social media space, she'll come online and say that her husband bought it for her. So people were like, Tonto DK, is that you? Anyways, guys, so just a week after posting that vehicle that her husband bought for her, Mercy CHINWO was back on social media to announce that it was her 1 month wedding anniversary. She wrote, "I can't contain my joy and excitement. It's 1 month already with my G, forever to go. After Christ, the best decision I ever made. A man filled with so much grace and truth. You are the evidence that I am indeed blessed. I love you, sweet." This is so romantic. Well, romantic for people like me, but very annoying for some others. So at this point, the online stakeholders could not take it anymore and they started singing, "Mercy, calm down, calm down. This your gra go put your heart for lockdown. Lockdown." They were like, "Hey, Ogini, isn't it too early for all this paparazzi? Come on, girl, you just got married yesterday. Which one is 1 week wedding anniversary, 1 month wedding anniversary, 6 months postpartum wedding anniversary? What is going on? Girl, take your marriage off social media. Go home, study this man, build your marriage, get to know each other, go through ups and downs, see him sick, broke, angry, or hot. Study him at his worst moments. Then maybe come back after 10 years to do all this paparazzi and gushing on social media. It is too early, girl. You're a public figure and eyes are on you. This is not the best way to handle it. Take your marriage off social media and work and build that marriage. You're not trying to impress anybody. Let us hear what. This thing is shocking you too much." Yes, that is the school of thought of some people. They believe that Mercy is going about it the absolute wrong way by, you know, leaving the whole marriage on social media every week. She's posting, "My husband, my love did this, my sweetheart, my darling did this for me." Calm down. It's still too early. Go privately, and enjoy a blissful marriage. But on the other hand, some people are like, what the hell? What do you mean by that? Let her live her life. So because she's a Christian woman or a gospel singer, she doesn't have a right to live her life? Excuse me. That shouldn't stop her from expressing herself. As a matter of fact, they even encourage her to come up on social media and flaunt her love and flaunt her marriage more, because according to them, again, it would encourage other Christian women to know that marriage is not a bondage, it's not boring because you're a Christian, that marriage can be enjoyed even as a Christian woman. So they encourage her, do not pay any mind to the other set of people. If you want to flaunt your marriage on social media, if you want to flaunt the gifts that your husband bought you on social media, do it by all means. Be our guest. We are ready for that. So guys, I would like to know what you think about this in the comment section. Do you think that Mercy Chinwo, our adorable, much loved gospel artist, should take her marriage off social media? Take it easy, go home, build on the marriage, know her husband more, or do you think that posting and posting and posting on the marriage and the gifts and the husband and the blessed and the love is absolutely okay and she's at liberty to do it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Another story that drove people crazy, scattered people's dada this week that was, is the story of May, Yul Edochie, and Judy Austin. This love triangle. Guys, as much as I try, and we all try to avoid putting these people, especially Yul Edochie and Judy Austin, on the spotlight, they still manage to give us something to talk about every single time. So for those that are not familiar with the Yul Edochie and May Edochie case, Yul Edochie is a Nollywood actor who has been married to his very faithful and loyal wife for about 17 years. He has attested that this woman has been his backbone and stood by him during his struggles. But now that the man is made, he's famous, he has money, he has decided that the best way to pay his wife back is to marry his colleague. So yes, he just got married to his colleague, Judy Austin, who has bore him a son. Now, women react to polygamy differently. Some women, it's okay, they agree with their husbands, fine. But for some other women, like May Edochie, it was a big betrayal for her. And she has come out in the open to make it clear that that incident has toyed with her mental health very badly, and she has sunk into depression because of what her husband did. So it wasn't a funny thing for her because he did it without her knowledge and without her consent. So May Edochie, the first legitimate wife of this actor, just clocked another year a few days ago, and as expected, lots of congratulatory messages poured in from fans and family all across the world, and there were two messages that we're not really expecting to get. One was from her husband, Yul Edochie, and he had this to say: happy birthday to my wife, my CEO extraordinaire, Queen May Yul Edochie. I wish you many more fruitful and successful years. May God continue to guide you, bless you, and protect you, and bless you beyond imagination. Love you forever. Now, people didn't really pick offense at the whole message, but what really got people triggered was this "love you forever." And they're like, do you know the meaning of love? Do you know the meaning of love? How can you claim you love your wife? You betrayed her, you humiliated her in public, you disgraced her, you paid her years of loyalty with infidelity and polygamy. Is that your definition of love, bro? So people swam at him like bees and, criticized him for coming on social media to claim he loves his wife when he goes on hurting and hurting her. But that was not where it ended. And that was not what even got people triggered the most. Shortly after Yul Edochie made this post for his wife, well, she's still his wife. Yeah, she hasn't divorced him, so maybe he has a right to do that. But what people were not expecting was a message, a public message from his other wife, her co-wife, Judy Austin. I don't even want to go into reading that message, but she posted a birthday message, wishing her happy birthday and, acting all lovey-dovey as though they were best friends all the way from high school. And people are like, what nerve? What effrontery? Like binge. You slept with my husband, knowing that he's married to me. Dated my husband, knowing he's married to me. Got pregnant for my husband, bought a son for my husband, knowing fully well he's married to me, and went ahead to crown it all up by getting married to my husband. You know that we don't vibe. You're like my enemy. We don't talk, we don't relate. So why are you always coming to social media to act like we're besties? Do you understand? So people attacked this lady and told her, leave this woman alone. You have hurt her enough. Stop coming on social media to act like you guys are cool. You literally destroyed her life. You literally pushed her into depression. So why are you coming on social media to wish her happy birthday? Respect yourself. Judy Austin. That was what a lot of people said. But some people are of a different opinion. They claim that Judy is being mature, really. Because whether Yul Edochie, the first wife, likes it or not, this woman will forever be a part of her life. She is married to her husband. She has a child for her husband. Her child is May's stepchild. So the triangle has already been formed. The twines have already been intertwined. There is nothing that can happen. So the sooner May embraces this reality, especially if she still wants to remain with this man, the better for her. So some people have hailed Judy as being matured by sending that birthday message. So what do you think, guys? Do you think Judy is overstepping her boundaries? Do you think she's being overreaching? Do you think she's being ridiculous and adding pepper and salt to injury? Or do you think that she's just being the bigger person, reaching out to her co-wife, knowing that enmity would not solve any issue? Let me know what you think in the comment section. So moving on from that one and going to another annoying news, but this one is even more of heart-wrenching and sad than annoying, is the news of a young lady known as Umu Kuntum, whose life was prematurely snatched by her Chinese boyfriend, who is resident in Nigeria. So according to a neighbor, Abubakar Mustafa, who gave account of the whole story, he said that this lady Umu was dating this Chinese national for a while, and after some time she decided to get married to another man. So Abubakar made us understand that when this lady decided to get married, this Chinese national was so hurt, so betrayed, that he even attempted suicide. But as fate would have it, that marriage with the Nigerian man did not work. They divorced and she was back to being single, and she began dating this Chinese national, Mr. Geng, all over again. So people's account of that relationship was that this Chinese national was so obsessed, this obsessive, choky love. That was what he had for this lady. He was so obsessed with her, so possessive. Those red flags that we keep talking about, run. That was exactly what was playing out in that relationship. So on this fateful and sad day, he visited her right in her parents' residence in Kano State, Nigeria. And very little did she know what laid in store for her. Before anybody could say Jack, Mr. Geng pulled out a very sharp knife and repeatedly used it on this young lady. I think she's said to be about 23 years old, very young lady. And that was how he used the knife on her until she passed. When this was done, members of the community gathered and they were about to lynch this Chinese national, mob him right there and then. But he was stopped by the lady's elder brother and he was whisked away by the police. He's presently cooling his feet in police detention, and I believe that the charge sheet is being prepared and he's going to be charged to court any moment. It's important that more and more people get to know about this case, because you know the precedent here in Nigeria. We don't even want to imagine or think that any sharp practices will be played or will play out that would make justice to be averted. The government has to know that every eye is on this case, and just because he is of that privilege that comes with we Africans sometimes, just because he's of a different skin tone, we don't attach privileges. We hope that justice is served and the maximum sentence is administered to this man. Our eyes are watching. We are watching. And to close this episode of the crazy week that was with Barrister Neze is a case that would send goosebumps around your body. I don't know whether everybody thinks like this, but sometimes there's some news that you will hear that you will just start wishing that you were a witch, that you had superpowers to handle some situations, because you feel so sad, so upset, so helpless, that you wish you actually had superpowers so you could deal with some animals, some barbarians, since the law takes a lot of time. So this last piece of news on the crazy week that was with Barrister Neze involves this widow, Mrs. Amarachi Okechi, and tragedy befell her right in her community in Bende local government of Abia State. So this woman, a widow, was accused by her co-wife, her husband's brother's wife, of being a witch. And these young men that sometimes you wonder if they were born of a woman or if they are direct descendants of Lucifer himself, tied this widow up, as in tied her so badly that, you know, the ropes, the wires were tearing her skin, tied her hands backwards for days, and flogged the living daylight out of this woman. I don't just mean beaten, like, I mean flogged like an animal with canes, tied up for days. For what reason? Just on the mere accusation that she is a witch. Now, it's bad enough losing your husband, the mental and psychological stress that comes with it, but it's worse when widows in Nigeria, I don't know whether it happens in other African countries, let me know if you hail from other countries apart from Nigeria, but the plight of widows, what these widows go through in their communities, remote areas in Nigeria, is something that I cannot even conclusively discuss it in this video. It is appalling. Many of them are disinherited and sent out of their husbands' houses. Many of them are subject and made to undergo demeaning traditional practices, shave their hair, drink of the water of the... In fact, I cannot even go into it, but these women go through a lot. Well, I'm happy that human rights activist Harrison has taken up this case. Funds are being raised and gathered to relocate her out of that community and resettle her. And what is news this week is that she has been taken for a full makeover, face beat, you know, just to lift her spirits, give her another, you know, reason to live, make her happy, and put her in high spirits. So a full face makeover was given to her, and pictures and videos of her looking totally different filled the internet to the pleasure of so many, inclusive of myself. Why all of that is important to make her happy, what is even more important is for these young men to be punished. Because the only way we can set a deterrent to other people who will behave like that is when they see that people who have behaved like that before them didn't go scot-free. As long as we keep letting these criminals go scot-free after treating these women this way, these incidences will keep reoccurring in our communities. So I'll be following up to see if they have been arrested or if they have been charged to court, which I doubt, but our eyes will keenly be on that case. And with that, we have come to the end of today's episode of the crazy week that was with Barrister Neze. Now, which of these stories sent chills down your spine? Which of these stories made your hair stand on edge? And which of these stories choked you? Let me get all your reactions right in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not. Turn on your bell notifications. Drop your comment, give this video a big thumbs up, and stay glued for our next one. It's me, your girl, Barrister Neze, and this is Nezaville. Bye, guys.